Hello, it's Dr. Elizabeth Alter. So recently there was an article that came out and claimed that fish oil actually increased um, issues involving circulation. I'm going to pull up the article here so I can get the exact wording. And I'm doing this video to let you know to please not stop your fish oil because this study was very flawed. It had a lot of issues. So the title was of the article was fish oil supplements may increase risk of first-time stroke and atrial fibrillation among people in good cardiovascular health. And you know, I wish they would come out with an article saying, hey, if you go and eat a lot of fast food, it's going to increase your risk of first time stroke and atrial fibrillation. But no, they go after fish oil, which is just the most basic anti inflammatory nutrient you can have. So I decided to do this video very quickly to let you know that the flaws of the study so that you can understand why you shouldn't stop your fish oil as per this study. So, what were the flaws? Let me pull that up. And it's something that when I was a resident, I learned that studies or journal articles, you need to really look at who's funding the study, why did they do the study, these kinds of things. So, it states here the study had some limitations. First, it was an observational study. No causal relations can be drawn. So, observation means that, oh, you take fish oil and you happen to have this issue. But they didn't take into account maybe that the patient smoked or that the patient had a history of certain factors that could make them more likely to have a stroke, etc. Second, although they adjusted for multiple covariates, residual confounding could still exist. And residual confounding means that you in your mind you think that what you just took caused your problem, but it's really something else. So I always like to use an example. I once had someone call me, and after I gave them an intravenous treatment, and the person called and said, "Oh, I just didn't feel right the next day," and I said, "Well, what did you do after you were in the office for the intravenous treatment?" And then the person proceeded to tell me that they went to the movies and had a bunch of nachos with cheese and I don't know what else. you know. So, and I think it was something about an upset stomach. So here is the person confounding the possibility of what could have caused the upset stomach. So that's what confounding means. Thirdly, information on the dosing and formulation of the fish oil was not available in the study. I mean, that is so important, right? So, one of the reasons why I carry fish oil in my practice and all these supplements, it's really not convenient for me to have this inventory, even, but I do it because I want to have something that I know is quality for the patient. So, there's so much out there that is not medical grade, that is done in a very cheap fashion. So maybe what they gave the patients wasn't even fish oil. So, okay, and then fourthly, the use of hospital inpatient data for determining atrial fibrillation events could have excluded some events triggered by acute episodes. So, in other words, they could have had the stroke because of surgery, trauma, or something else. Um, so resulting in an underestimation of the true risk because of undiagnosed atrial fibrillation, for instance, which is an arrhythmia that can cause stroke. And it goes on. I mean, it doesn't even end there. And yet this article got published, and it really upsets me because patients will make decisions based on this information. And it's a catchy headline, but here it is with all these problems, the study. So you can't base a decision on a faulty study. Fifth, most of the participants in the study were from one certain ethnic group, and whether the findings can be generalized to others is not known. So yeah, in general in research, what's used is called randomized controlled studies. So this is where they get two groups and they do one thing to one and not to the other, and they don't even know what they're getting, and it's done in such a way that you can trust the results. So what they're saying here is that they took a group that was essentially the same characteristics and applied their conclusion to everyone, and that isn't good either. And finally, the study did not consider behavioral changes in populations with different cardiovascular profiles because of limited information, and variations in outcomes for different cardiovascular states merits further exploration. So in other words, someone with 5 heart attacks in the past versus 2, this wasn't looked at. So in other words, there could have been a lot of other reasons why they had a stroke, and not the poor fish oil supplement. So I just wanted to I always tell my patients, be educated consumers and do your own research. But it upset me that this article came out telling patients to not, or encouraging them not to take fish oil because, oh my gosh, people who started this increased their chance of a stroke. So I laid out the flaws for you so you can make your own informed decision. But as for me, I'm going to continue taking fish oil for me and my family. And as always, I always recommend our Omega NX, which is medical grade fish oil that comes from small fish. So the concern about mercury, things of this nature, are not as high, and it's a quality, well absorbed fish oil. Well, I hope this helps, and have a healthy day.